If you enjoy stories like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support means everything and keeps the content coming. Now, let's dive into today's story. When I stepped out of the cab and saw all my belongings strewn across the front lawn like the aftermath of an unwanted yard sale, it wasn't just my heart that dropped. It felt like it shattered from the inside out. Still holding my suitcase from my girls' trip, I stood frozen, staring at the chaos. Bras twisted around a lamp, skincare products baking in the sun, and a framed photo of me and Jackson split perfectly down the middle. There was no note, no warning, no explanation. Just my life dumped out on the grass like trash. 2 days earlier, I had been sipping margaritas on a balcony in Miami with my best friends, laughing so hard my stomach ached. I remember thinking, God, I really needed this. The trip had been Lexi's idea. She was recovering from a brutal breakup and said we all deserved a reset. I hesitated at first, mostly because Jackson had been acting strange, distant, moody, like something was off. But he insisted I go. You never do anything for yourself, he told me. Go have fun. I'll be here when you get back. Well, he wasn't. Still standing in the yard, with my toothbrush poking out of a sneaker and my underwear fluttering in the breeze like tiny surrender flags, I immediately called him. Straight to voicemail. I called again. Nothing. On the third try, I yelled into the phone, "What the hell is going on, Jackson?" Silence. In disbelief, half laughing and half crying, I called Lexi. She offered to rush over, but I told her no, I needed to deal with this on my own. I repacked everything as best as I could, my hands trembling as I shoved clothes into bags while nosy neighbors peeked through their blinds. I could feel their judgment burning into me, pity mixed with curiosity. What did she do? Did he catch her cheating? Is she crazy? But no, I wasn't the crazy one. I drove to his office. Well, our office. I had helped him build his real estate firm from scratch. I walked in like I owned the place, because, in a way, I did. But when I reached the receptionist's desk, she looked uneasy. Jackson isn't in, she said a little too quickly. Then I'll wait, I replied calmly. Actually, he asked that you not come by anymore. I let out a stunned laugh. I'm sorry, what? She glanced around, then leaned forward and handed me a plain white envelope with my name printed in bold block letters. He said to give you this if you showed up. I opened it right there, right in front of her. Inside was a check for $3,000 and a typed note that read, I think this is more than fair. Please don't make this harder than it has to be. No name. No reason. Just that. I didn't even realize I was shaking until the envelope slipped from my fingers. I stumbled to the parking lot, collapsed into my car, and screamed into the steering wheel. Jackson and I had been together for 5 years. We lived together for 3. We had built a life, a home, a business. At least, that's what I thought. The next few days passed in a daze of unanswered calls and silence. He had blocked me from everything. My number, social media, even LinkedIn. His friends stopped responding. His family pretended I didn't exist. It was like I had been erased overnight. Then I remembered something. His iPad. The one I bought him for his birthday last year. He rarely used it, but it had been set up with his Apple ID, and sometimes it synced with his messages. I had packed it by accident during our last open house event, and it was still in the trunk of my car. My hands shook as I powered it on. After a few minutes, it synced. And there it was. Everything. Messages. Call history. Photos. I didn't have to search long. One chat stood out, labeled Mike G. Gym. Weird. Jackson hated the gym. I opened the thread. It wasn't Mike. It was her. They'd been talking for months. Flirty messages, inside jokes, nudes. She had sent him a photo the night before I left for Miami with the caption, "Can't wait to have you all to myself next week." His reply? I'll be free when she's gone. When she's gone. I felt nauseous, not just from the betrayal, but from how calculated it all was. He had used my trip as the perfect opportunity to wipe me from his life. And her, she wasn't some random woman. Her name was Kira. She worked at a rival real estate firm. I vaguely remembered her tan, blindingly white teeth, always calling Jackson by his full name. I thought she was just another agent trying too hard. Turns out, she was trying to take my place. There were texts where they made fun of me. Does she still wear those ugly pajamas? You sure she doesn't suspect? This is going to be epic. Epic. I screen recorded it all. Every message, every photo, every cruel laugh at my expense. I didn't want revenge. Not yet. I just needed proof. I needed to know I wasn't imagining things. The worst part, there were videos. One was from the second night I was in Miami. It showed the two of them, in our bed. She even laughed on camera and said, "It still smells like her." I slammed the iPad shut and threw up. I wish I could say I walked away then and there, that I started over with strength and grace. But heartbreak doesn't work like that. I stayed in bed for a week, eating dry cereal from the box, barely functioning. I kept replaying it all. The kiss he gave me before I left. The way he texted that he missed me. The way he looked me in the eyes and told me he loved me, just days before tossing me out like nothing. Then something shifted. I remembered who I was before Jackson. I wasn't fragile. I wasn't helpless. I was smart, loyal, and strong enough to walk through fire and emerge holding the ashes of everything I had survived. So, I got up. I hired a lawyer. We weren't married, but we were domestic partners. I had a legal claim to the business. He tried to quietly cut me out, but I wasn't going down without a fight. Things got messy. He begged me not to go public. I didn't. I didn't need to destroy him. He did that all on his own. As for Kira, she didn't last long. Apparently, she was sleeping with another guy from the office. Jackson caught them together. During an open house, no less. Poetic. Last I heard, he moved to another city. Alone. Me. I moved into a new apartment, found my own clients, and rebuilt everything from the ground up. Lexi helped me redecorate. We even burned the old framed photo of me and Jackson as a goodbye ritual. I still have the iPad. I still have the messages, not for revenge, but to remind myself that I wasn't crazy. I was betrayed. And I survived.